How is everyone doing today? I am back for another video. Today we'll be having a little discussion about Day 1 decks for Set 14. That is right, Day 1 decks for Set 14. It may be a bit late for the upload, but I am definitely ready to discuss some of the decks that I've managed to build in this set. Don't worry, I haven't altered any of them, so these are definitely legit Day 1 decks. So looking forward to our deck. Let's see our deck building here. So we've got DP, Link Joker, Blouse, and Aqua Force. Angel Feathers, I think there's no point in building Angel Feathers. I know Zarakiel is the rank reward today, this season, but I don't plan on building it, and I literally lack all other support cards on it. So we'll just discuss these 4 decks right here. Let's discuss first our boy here, Justice. I named him Justice. DP, Daikaiser. So Daikaiser, this is not the Turbo Dayusha build. This is a standard Daikaiser with Great Dayusha build. I'm not gonna discuss that much into detail. That will be for the deck and fight. So we have here the starter, which gives power to Vanguard once you put it into the soul. Very useful for a lot of reasons. You can use that for Die Hard, which the ability is, if it attacks, if it's a Vanguard, if it's 13,000 power or more, you can soul charge a grade 3, and then you can ride a grade 3 from your deck to your Vanguard. So essentially you're like skipping a grade with this, and that starter allows you to use this ability quite consistently, actually, if you mulligan it properly. You can also use that with normal Dayusha just to gain that extra crit with the power gain. We have here Die Brave, very important card. Ideally this will be your first ride. Just counterblast 1, draw a card, put it from the soul to the drop zone. When the Vanguard hits, you just draw 1 Laurel just for that 4 drive checks if you ever draw into it. 4 Go Cannons just to get that extra crit if you want to like damage deny the opponent and such. 2 Kaizard just again for the Dayusha ride, just in case. Just gain that extra 5,000 power. 12k attackers, and then some of Mika here just to counterblast it to draw, because you don't really draw much from this deck aside from these 2 and draw triggers, but you always kind of want more draws in hand, more cards in hand, right? For Daikaisers, of course, very simple skill. When rolled upon, 10,000 power, then gain a crit, and when it attacks, when you drive trick a grade 3, the opponent needs to PG twice if they want to block your attack. Great Dayusha is our main ride, just LB4, gain 2k plus 1 crit. That will allow you to get triple crit on break ride turn. 4 of the normal Dayusha's heal, very useful for soul charging with Die Hard here just to get that 13,000 power, or you can just return it to get a random card. 1 of Reverse Dayusha. You don't usually want to go to Reverse Dayusha. It's basically a Great Dayusha but with extra steps. Let's see here. So that's just the standard Daikaiser build. This might be the finalized deck. These 2 decks will definitely maybe be the finalized decks for the deck and fight that I will do in the future. So we have here Link Joker. Link Joker got some pretty good upgrades. We've got here the starter. Our starter is when it boosts a limit break 4 card, you just draw a card. Drawing cards is very essential with this deck, especially with Chaos's ability. For Palladiums, Palladium is basically a relocker. When a locked card would be unlocked, you can counterblast 1, put this into soul, and then relock it. For like counterblast 1, relocking a card, very useful. 10k attackers, just since you're dropping a lot of cards, you would want cards that will be able to hit intercepts on their own. 2 of the Lantanums gains 3k if you lock a card per lock, so that just gain big numbers. For Colony Makers, when a card is locked from your opponent's side, Counterblast 1, call a grade 1. You can use that to call Lantanums, 10k attackers, or most of the time you just go with Palladium. We've got here 12k attackers, again same reason with the 10k attackers. Vanillas, if you, like for example, don't have Chaos and you ride into Nebula instead, this will be useful because you'll be locking up their boosters, and getting over 10k numbers may be difficult with some decks. One Sniper just for that tech, punishing early aggression, not putting intercepts in front, just lock up one of the other front rows. For Chaos, our boy here, you know the skills, we've discussed it. I'll be again further discussing it in a deck and fight, but this is definitely your main ride. For IDD, which will be a rank reward next season, so if you want to, you can pick it up. For Nebula Lord, as a heal, a very useful backup ride, can still win you games, draw you cards, gain power, and Star Vader name is still definitely helpful if you're using Chaos. Again, do note, Chaos needs to drop 2 Star Vader named cards to activate its ability, so I don't run a lot of non-Star Vader named cards. Maybe only the Sniper. One off of this guy, it's basically Knight of Entropy on ride, Counterblast 2, lock one of your opponent's rear guards. It's basically a better Knight of Entropy, an 11k base, but limit break lock. So it's restricted to limit break, but what's important is the Star Vader name. Again, you can drop it to use for Chaos Breaker. 9 draws because you need again as much cards as you need in this deck. Blouse. I haven't actually decided if I wanted to build Blouse yet. I can technically deconstruct 2 SPs of Ethics Reverse, craft one of these, and then spark for the other 4, but that will require me to just give up on building any other decks, and I don't know if Blouse is a worth it deck to build just yet, but if I do build it, then you'll see a deck and fight of it. So starter, when it boosts, Counterblast 1, check top 3, get a Blau. Easy search for any Blouse. PGs are Blouse, very nice. 3 on-place counter chargers, you do need counter chargers in this deck, you counterblast quite a bit. We have Soul Blast 2 to draw cards. Again, you need cards for this deck to drop for your break ride turn. Dancing Wolf, we've got 4 of it. When it restands, it gains 3k. Very useful for hitting over big numbers. 2 12k attackers, this might change to either 2 to 3 depending on the ratios. I still haven't figured out the final ratios of this deck, but do note the 12k attackers are not Blau names, so you can search them out. We've got Mars Blaukluger here. Good for early aggression. When an attack of a Blau Vanguard hits a Vanguard, Counterblast 1, restand this, gain 3k. So just an extra attack early game, right? We've got 10k Vanillas, Blau name again, so you can search it out if you want to with the starter. The grade 2s, you can probably run less of this, but for now I'm running 4. It's essentially on Vanguard. If it hits, you countercharge 1, so you're refunding the ability of the starter using this. That's why I'm running 4. Other than that, it's a 9k vanilla rear guard. Running 4 Yamatama Drakes just to get that extra power when it restands, so that's 4k power. And when you have a booster of grade 1, that's essentially giving you 21k columns over magic numbers, right? We have normal Blau here as a backup ride, still a pretty good ride with the break ride. We have here the break ride, Mon Blaukluger, Counterblast 1, just restand your whole field. That's why you run like the Yamatamo Drakes and the Dancing Wolves, just to gain that extra power. And then we have our main ride here, which is Galaxy Blaukluger. Essentially, when an attack of your Blau hits a Vanguard, usually it's self Counterblast 2, discard 2, and then you just restand the whole column, and then you draw 2. So with the break ride ability for like CB3, you restand your whole field, gain a lot of power, and just, stonks. 9 draws, again, you don't really change much on the ratios. Usually do still go for 9 draws for a lot of these decks. Aqua Force, I'm still iffy if I want to build this. Seems like a very fun deck actually. I've got like 6 Wheel Assaults. The starter, you can shift this between this Bubble Edge, Draco Kid, or the Great Researcher. Bubble Edge says, put this into the Soul, and when a unit attacks a Vanguard, if it's the 4th attack of that turn or more, you can just draw a card. So you can give this to your Vanguard, and you can essentially draw cards, maybe twice if you restand it to Tetra. So Wheel Assault, the MVP of this deck, very nice double rare that you'd want if you want to build this deck. Counterblast 1, when it boosts, just switch the positions of 2 of your rear guards, any rear guards. So you have the flexibility of that. Just be careful when switching. One wrong switch can definitely make you lose the game. For PGs, Soul Blast to draw a card might be running 2 copies in the future, but yeah, that's okay. We have here 4 grade 1 vanillas just to hit for good numbers. We have here Tidal Assault. Tidal Assault says when it attacks a Vanguard, you restand it minus 5k. On release on JP, not a lot of people like this, but it's still a very good card, right? It basically allows you to enable that 4th attack for Tetra Drive quite easily with no counterblast or hassle. 3 counter chargers because you do counterblast for Tetra Drive, that's like counterblast 2, and Wheel Assault if you don't have the Tidal. Counter charges might be helpful out throughout the game, so I do run 3 of those. 4 of the 12k attackers when it's the 3rd battle or more. Might change that to vanilla. I'm not quite sure of this, but yeah, I'm running this just for those good numbers. And 2 vanillas, Hololive because culture, right? Then we have here 4 Tetra Drive Dragon. Tetra Drive Dragon's ability: when a rear guard attacks for the 4th battle, counterblast 2, drop 2, restand, and then draw 2. So a restanding Vanguard that combos well with Transcore Dragon here. Transcore Dragon says when on break ride, when our Vanguard attacks, they must drop a non-sentinel card if they want to PG, or else the Vanguard gains a crit. So since Tetra Drive is a restanding Vanguard, you can essentially make the opponent drop 2 cards. That's very good, and you just deal damage quite nicely. Backup ride is Glory, of course. There is a deck before Tetra Drive got released. There is a deck called Transcore Glory. It combos well with Transcore. Do note you have to be at LB5 for this to activate. It's an ultimate break. Counterblast 2 plus 5,000 power and a crit. Your opponent must drop a grade 3, specifically a grade 3, to PG this attack. So it's still a very nice backup ride, and one of the normal Maelstrom for like random, cross ride numbers with Glory, or just stay at Maelstrom. Maelstrom draws your cards and gets you retires, so still a very good card. 9 draws because, again, more cards in hand is needed. There isn't much else to discuss about this set. A lot of people probably already know about this deck, especially if they keep updated in the GP server. Currently, I am probably gonna work towards Liberators. I'm not quite sure, because next set we will have Zenith, Ethel Scissors as our support. So I'm low on mats, low on packs, so I'm not quite sure. I can definitely spark for 2 of my Garmors and 2 of my Gansalots, but I don't know if I'll be able to get 4 Zeniths by next month, and we still need like 4 counter chargers, and then some of this guy. I think my current build is quite fine if I do spark for 2 of these, but we will see in a future. Anniversary Gacha will be up on April 9th, so that's your chance if you want to build decks, and that's my chance to probably get more mats. Do know, guys, the Anniversary Gacha will not include the cards from the new set. The gacha details are currently in their website. You can check out the list of the cards. They will be split up into Kai and Aichi banner. More details again on their website on which clans are available on each banner. What's good is you can actually still get anniversary medals if you pull from those banners, so more sparking for us, right? But aside from that, I think that's just gonna be the end of the video today. If you guys want to check out my pack pulling, check out my live stream yesterday. We had a lot of fun pulling a lot of packs, you know, some of my reactions. So thank you guys for supporting me. It's been a very nice ride with everyone. Happy anniversary again for Vanguard Zero Global. Oh, and by the way, we are nearing 100 subscribers. That's right, we are about 14 or 13 subscribers away from 100, the great triple digit. So I would really appreciate it, guys, if you subscribe and help me reach those numbers. Only a few percent of you have actually subscribed to my channel. If you like my content, you know, subscribing's free. A little support would be nice. And let's just have fun together and play Vanguard Zero. I will definitely be making more content in the future. Thank you guys for watching.